sit over here and jump on, and or I could just hand him my headphones and you could chat with him, whatever. Okay.
Whatever. Luka Nation. This is bringing national to a close episode. I think this is going to be one for the ages, Cage.
Yeah, man, I'm at the airport, guys. So thanks for bearing with me on this. If there's background noise or my headphones, I actually ran into bagels and wax over here. He's sitting down. We're kind of chilling out, catching up, talking about the show and stuff like that. It's great to get the feedback from all the folks about the national and how it is. So again, I apologize. Bear with us. Bear with me.
Well, I'll tell a story for it real quick.
Please.
So the guy that's at the airport with Cage, that's booking a flight that's on the same flight as Cage, his name is Vadeem. And when I got into the hobby, you guys know I've already said this tons of times. Zion. I had a crush on Big Fat Zion, and all I was buying was Zion cards. And Vadeem had this beautiful Zion Prism Silver, beautiful. Most of them were off-centered at that time, and his was really perfectly centered. And we met on Mercari, and we must have gone back and forth negotiating over like $50 for 4 weeks. Then went away. Nothing happened. I mean, what was it? A year later, Cage is at a Bleecker event. I think it was the first Bleecker event when they just opened.
Yep,
and he runs into Vadeem Bagels because he's a family business guy, also an immigrant, awesome guy. He's become a friend of the show. I'm a big fan of his. He does a lot with pole wax as well, so hopefully we'll be able to do some stuff with them. Cage runs into a Bleecker, and what does he have? He has the Zion card, and he graded a PSA 9, and they take a picture and send it to me. And I think it's kind of it goes to show a little bit about what the hobby is. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. And, we got to meet Mikey for Pole Wax. That guy is smart. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. There's a lot of smart people in the hobby. That guy's right up around the top. I mean, talk to me about, like, Jordan Fleer, talk to me about, like, the hobby in general. And just a real smart guy who's able to kind of, like, separate emotion from valuation, which I have a very hard time doing, to be honest. And a lot of us hobbyists kind of do. And yeah, man, bagels. I'm making some bagels. You know me. I'm on a diet. Luka Nation Fit fam. I'm eating carbs. Otherwise, this guy would be my best friend in the world. Get some bagel action.
It was an awesome day today, guys. We're gonna do a fun little activity here in a second, but awesome day. Cage and I walked through, saw Slab Stocks, the whole family. A lot of you guys don't know this, but Slab Stocks is also a family business, and Aaron, the founder, his dad's been coming to the event for years, so that was pretty cool to see. And then Cage and I we both traded our Luka Silvers. And I want to hear from you guys who got the better deal. Okay, I'll tell you guys in a second. We also had a meeting with the great Rob Go, the Mona Lisa of cards, and hopefully we'll have something coming up for you guys really, really soon in that area as well. But it's been an unreal event. So, Cage, you want to tell them about your trade first, or should I go with mine? You're muted, big guy.
Sorry, dude. I'm trying to get my cards out. This way I can have some visuals on this too. But your deal involved like 47 cards, and it took 47 minutes. Mine involves one card, and it took 1 minute. So why don't you go ahead and go first?
I didn't think anyone would trade for my Luka Silver, Cage. I really didn't.
Well, listen, before you get into your trade, talk about the Luka Silver for a second. We talked about it a couple times, but why didn't you think someone would trade it?
Here's my take on Luka, and you guys know how much I love him, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, he's been so good. He's been so outer worldly good that our expectations of him are already baked in to he scored 48 points. 48 points he scored in an Olympic debut. 2 points off the record in the Olympics. And his cards didn't move. Didn't budge. And to me, it's really fascinating to look at Luka because I love the guy, but I wonder how much of our expectations are already baked into his cards. Does that make sense? Like
it does. I think basically what you're trying to say is that just like Trey, who had a perfect season and it didn't make a difference to his cards, they even went down. It's that Luka has to win 2 MVPs, 3 championships, you name it. You get a lot of background noise. Sorry, for it to justify his costs.
No, Cage, in the background noise, when we're doing real episodes, guys know, like, okay, we're going to do our best to have good technical stuff. But, guys, at National, we're just doing the best we can, and we want to bring you a show every day. So please bear with us. I'll try to edit some of it out also on my end. There's some good features, so don't even sweat it. I mean, Luka has to put up a 100-point game at this point for his cards to move.
So he drops his 40-point triple-double every night, and his cards are going down. I mean, do I think they might go back up? Sure. But my thought on the Luka Silver, if you tuning in to get sort of like a feel for the National, not every table had a Luka silver, but almost every table had Luka silver. A lot of them had multiples. You know, and that's when we talk about the pop on these things, right? That's 2,000 plus of these. You know, it's not 20,000 like Zion is, you know, the Zion base, but it, you know, it's not a rare card with the Papa 2000. So
here's the thing, guys. I wanted to get out of the Luka. I comped it at around 4,500, 4,200. And I honestly would have sold it for right around 4K because I was into it good. I bought the card raw for, I think it was 1,400, maybe 1,300. Got it graded, another 200. So I was into it for 1,500 bucks. And I wanted to diversify. So here's what I was thinking. 4,200, I'm happy. So I go to a table, guys from Buffalo. Most of the time I was thinking, Cage, and you got to understand, man, I'm rusty. I haven't done deals. In a while. Been living in Mexico. When I got my cards back, I just consigned the fuck out of them. Sorry for cursing. Every card went. So I was like, all right. So here we go. Here's what I got. I went with my guy, Anthony Davis.
That's nice, man. 9.5 BGS, 10 auto. Anthony Davis, 2012 Prism auto. And a nice auto.
Nice auto.
And
I don't know if this grading company is going to be around in a few years, but hopefully we're going to be okay here.
Is 2012 on card? Is that an on-card auto?
You would think so, but no. It's a sticker. It's like a sticker. Yeah. I have a great eye. Then Mr. Durantula. This was like a $300 card. Comp to 300. 2008 Chrome, just the base. But a very nice card. And then my guy, Mr. Bradley Beal. So now, not only am I invested in his Top Shot Serial 1, now I have this.
You are heavy Bruce.
Heavy Beal.
Heavy Beal.
I'm gonna call the Wizards GM and ask him to trade him. And I got a Zion and some maybe 14 other little $50 cards. But anyway, and 700 cash. Right around 4,500 estimated value.
It's nice.
All in all, more inventory, and I'm happy.
So I like the trade. I think you did really, really well on it. We both came in here thinking about getting out of our Luka Silvers. We had those plans. When you got out of yours after basically, I mean, it was like an episode of Price is Right. You know, 47 cards on the table. There was some Joker cards on the table. There was some Donovan Mitchell cards. I mean, it was like, I don't even know. I walked away. I got a sandwich. I had a soda. I took a dump. I came back. He's still negotiating. There's different cards on the table. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And he finally made a deal. I think it's a good deal. The two key cards, obviously, are the Beal Auto PSA 10, which is nice, and the Davis Auto. And there's going to be interesting stuff happening on those. So
only 9 of these.
Yeah, that's nice, man. That's nice. 2012 Prism is the set, and if the autos, the autos are real low pop, it can really take off. I like it. I mean, it's a great deal. So I actually thought for a moment, we had one of our listeners hanging out with us, Tony Harley, and Rodman PC was there. Shout out to both of those guys while these deals were going on. And I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to keep mine now because we'll have a nice little, it'll be a little segment. Should Andrew have made that trade or should he have held like Cage? But I just don't believe in the card, really. And, guys, could it go up? Could it be $5,000 or $6,000, when the season starts? Sure, 100%. Why the hell not? But I decided, my first national, my only national, I'm going to use that card, and I'm gonna pick up something that is rare at the show. And everybody knows who Travis Best is. I mean, he's one of the greatest players of all time. No one knows who he is. No one knows who Travis Best is. He played in the Pacers in the 90s. You like?
I mean, 90s guys have to know Travis.
The 90s guys know Travis
Kill
Best.
the Knicks.
All right, I'm being corrected. Killed the Knicks. That's why he's been erased from my memory. He did kill the Knicks. But Travis Best, and you're like, what the hell, Travis Best? You're like, who about Travis? I'm trading Luka for Travis Best. So I got what is clearly going to be the wrong color, if you want to say it's his best card, because the green's better than the red. But I got, today was the day I got my first Precious Metal Gems card. It's not Kobe. It's not Jordan. There it is, Travis Best. It's a BGS 8, so now I have a BGS card as well. So I don't have too many of them. But BGS 8, Travis Best, and
Cage. Are all the Precious Metal Gems graded BGS?
No.
Or most?
No, they're split between the two. There's a lot of BGS. There's a lot of PSA. But cool card. I mean, you guys take a look at that. It's funny because you have a card like this at the show. People who are in the hobby, they're like, "Can I hold that?" I never actually held a Precious Metal Gem.
And guys, for you out there don't know, I mean, eights is like the highest one of the highest grades you get on those cards, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some that are higher, but yeah, eights. I mean, a lot of these are just authentic because the chipping on the edges is really bad. This has some chipping, you can see it. The edges is always the worst. Yeah, the edges on this is an 8. Corners a 7.5. The surface got a 9, and the centering got a 9.5. It's a strong 8. I mean, the 7.5 obviously pulls it down, but the average on them is higher than 8. But I mean, it's really it's just cool. Numbered. It's one of the first kind of numbered cards. Numbered out of 100 there, 93. It's pretty cool. And I got $3,000 cash on top of that. So, I mean, if you value this at $1,200, $1,300, whatever it may be, then that's the deal. If you value it at $800, then I only got $3,800. But I got cash. I didn't get a ton of cards. So you have like $4,500 in value of the cards, which you may hang on to. Maybe they go up. I actually took the full cash out. So it's a little different deal. And so mine had one card and it took 1 minute. Andrew came over and found me and he's like, "You're gone for a minute. You're already someone's paying you here. What happened? Your Luka's gone." I said, "Yeah, that's it."
Well, this is the kind of guy Cage is too. Like he picked up a precious metal gem earlier that day, right?
Yep.
So, and you don't want to just have one. If you have one, you have none. If you have one, you have none.
He called it. I mean, I go all in, and of course, I mean, if you're a '90s basketball player, you know who Ronnie Cycli is, right? He's a DJ Cycli, right? He's still relevant. He's a DJ. Andrew, you got Miami scene. Eagles knows everything, man. He knows everything. That's it. And this one was cool because it's only a 7, but on a PSA pop, that's the highest one. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, and that one's also out of 100. I'm a 51 out of 100. So I'm going to say that's a rare one because he wore jersey number 4 with the Magic. And if you do 51, 5 minus 1, it's 4. Jersey number. Boom. Boom.
A pretty fun 24 hours. So got to give shout out to Collectible. They had us over for Morton's dinner. The who's of the hobby. So that was fun. Thank you, Marino, Dave, the whole team, Jason. Met a lot of cool people. Then we went to trade night, Cage. We stayed out your body was hurting this morning because we stayed out to 4 a.m.
It's still sort of hurting a little bit. Yeah, 4. 4 a.m. 4, a little after 4. I woke
smoking Stokes.
You went straight up to your room because the whole trade night was in your hotel. Me, I had to walk. But Nick Williams.
He had to walk 100 yards.
Yeah, but I'm old. I got old knees. That was a long 100 yards at 4:15 in the morning. But yeah, man. But here was the worst part of my trip. Absolute worst part. I ordered Uber Eats McDonald's for the second straight morning today, and I guess everybody was Ubering to the airport or to the show or whatever it was, and Uber canceled. The driver canceled me 4 times, and I waited a half hour. And I was like, "That's it. I'm just going to the show." I got no McDonald's today, and that was just it just starts the day off in such a bad. And that's why I'm just gonna get rid of Luka. That's it. I was in a better mood, hang on to Luka, been a believer. If I just got my egg McMuffin. I got no egg McMuffin. I got no love from Uber Eats.
Do you take the McMuffin off?
I took the muffin off because I'm not eating the carbs. So I sit there with a little fork and a knife. I eat the sausage and egg, maybe some ham, if that's what you call it. Mystery meat. I don't know what they call what's on there.
How do you possibly know that it's mystery meat and still eat it?
I'm hungry. That's easy. That's an easy question, man. You answer that, it's easy. You're hungry enough to eat anything. Yeah.
All right, guys. So this is cool. We're doing this from the airport. Cage, you want to bring Vadeem on? Is it going to be even functional? How are we going to do this? Are you going to share headphones?
I'm gonna either just hand it off to him. He probably doesn't want my dirty ears in his earphone. But I could probably maybe put it on speaker. Maybe he could hear you. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Let's get his impression.
Headphones? Yeah, plugins. Yeah, he can use his own headphones, and then you can
chat. All right.
You spend 5 minutes, talk to him, and get his impression.
Just see how he's doing.
Nice.
All right.
That's nice stuff.
What's up, my guy?
This is listen. I had a blast at the show. If I'm allowed to say it. The best part though was putting faces to names, people we've talked to on Instagram, seeing Slamstock's dad follow him around with a camera is genius. It's like slave labor. I love it. He's like, that's an inexpensive employee right there. You don't have to pay a cameraman. Your dad following you around. How do you beat that, right?
How often do you see that kind of stuff? I've never seen that before.
Well, family business. I'm going to hand you off the bag.
Yeah, but my family business, I follow my dad around. Okay. Hand it off. But wait, real quick.
Yeah,
guys, tomorrow we're going to do a Coffee with Cage, all things national. So if you had any questions from this week, are you going to be up for it, Cage?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Home tonight,
so we're going to
midnight, whatever. I get some sleep.
We're going to do Coke with Cage tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern. Anything you guys want to know about the National, any questions, we're going to be live. Tune in. It's going to be super fun. All right, hand it off to my guy. We're gonna talk for a few minutes, and then we're gonna chop. Let's go. Oh, how the tables have turned.
What's going on?
What's going on? So, guys, I already introduced this guy. He's become a close friend of mine, a close friend of the show. I've already told him the story, Vadeem, of how we connected last year. But talk to us. What was your make a little introduction to yourself and what you're up to? Because I know you're doing big things with pole wax. And tell people, what was the show? What left an impression with you?
It was absolutely amazing. First of all, it's an honor to be on this podcast. I love, and respect what you guys are doing. The amount of content, the amount of episodes that you guys have done, I've said that to you at the show. It's unbelievable to me that you guys are making this many episodes in this short amount of time. I understand how much time it takes to do all this, and the dedication that you guys, are putting in is unbelievable. I mean,
Thank
listen,
you.
as you've seen the hashtag on the Bagels and Wax page, I'm not just the bagel guy. It's been the going joke because so many people in the hobby from day one were like, who is this bagel guy? What does he know? I grew up collecting, 37 years old. Like most people, I stopped for a good 12 to 14 years, though I would dabble in like cheap Tops boxes from like Target, or wherever when they were available. And I have a 5-year-old son. If people go on my Instagram, my personal one, which is Bagels and Wax, my son loves cards. I got him into it when he was like 2.5. He started opening boxes, which was right around the time that I met Mike from Polewax. So Mike is the owner of Polewax. I do some of the behind the scenes stuff. I, helped with quite a few things. And he's like a little brother to me. I love Mike. He's like an uncle to my son. And, anybody who watches Hudson, open boxes and sees his pleasure in opening boxes, he could sit there and do it for hours. If it wasn't for his mother and my wife, we'd probably do it all day long, every day.
So guys, real quick on that, because Vadeem said, he's not just a bagel guy, but I'll tell you, he's one of the most generous guys in the hobby. So where that comes from, he comes from a family business. And I'm pretty out of Brooklyn. Is that right?
No, the store's in Long Island. So our store is 31 years this year since we opened up the bagel store. My family bought it in 1990. I've been running it for about 13, 14 years now. And we're 31 years in.
It's incredible. And small businesses and with everything that's going on with COVID and all that stuff, it's unbelievable. And I wish you guys all the success. In Facebook groups, he would sometimes have extra bagels, or they'd have a new shipment, and he would ship out bagels cross country to people he met in the hobby. And I always thought that was really interesting. It was really generous to use, something from your business to help others in the hobby. So I just wanted to say thank you, because I always saw that.
Thank
I wanted
you.
to say that was really generous.
Thank you,
brother. What is are you a Knicks fan? Does your son love Knicks players? Is that who he's collecting?
Basketball. I mean, he's huge. His favorite player is Saquon Barkley. He loves the Giants.
Okay.
His favorite baseball player is Aaron Judge. He loves the Islanders. The Knicks have. This is the first year we've been good in about 30 years. Let's be realistic. So we're not there, yet with the Knicks. He loves Zion. He's a huge Zion guy, and it's so funny because he said to me, "I need a Zion jersey," like a year and a half ago, and I'm like, "That's it. It's not just cards. The kid's sold in sports. That's how you get the next generation in." He loves it. He goes to play basketball in his Zion jersey.
And just dominates people. I have 2 questions for you, because, guys, This is cool. So Vadeem is on Cage's flight, so they're flying back. They'll be boarding in 3, 4, 5 minutes here. So 2 questions. Is Julius Randle the most underappreciated guy in the hobby right now?
He's very underappreciated, but I don't want to give my true opinion of Julius Randle on a huge podcast. I think he's a better version of Zach Randolph. I don't mean this in an offensive way. I think it's a team that
Zach
doesn't
Randolph had a good career.
He had a great career, but I think he was on bad teams and collected stats because he was a great player on bad teams. I think Julius Randle was the best player on a not so good team that overachieved. The future is great, though. That's the right people in office.
if he's a number 2 and Dame Lillard comes, do you see that working better? Okay, 2 minutes.
With Dame Lillard, I think
Cage is waving me down. He said 2 minutes tops. Cut it.
Dame Lillard, I think, changes the complete landscape for New York.
Give us in 1 minute or less. What's Pull Wax up to in for the rest of this year and moving forward?
We're trying to grow. We try to help breakers. We do wholesale for a lot of breakers. We consult for a lot of breakers. We're trying to grow in the hobby, and we're trying to. We really try to be for the people. We try to help everybody as much as they can. People reach out to Mike, myself, or any part of our team at any point, and we try to help them out. We want this hobby to grow. And if you saw the show, you asked me about the National. It was the most amazing thing I have seen. The amount of people, the amount of kids, and the amount of moves and everything else that happened. There was not enough time. I was there for 4 days. I didn't have enough time to see nearly what I wanted to see.
Right. Absolutely. Dude, appreciate you coming on. I know you guys got to run.
Thank you so much.
Have a safe flight. Love you guys. Luka Nation, a little bit of a choppier episode. Cage is literally choppier after hearing that. Cage is at the airport. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We love you guys so much. We appreciate everything. All the meetings that we've gotten are because of you guys and your support. The people that we met from Luka Nation this week, amazing. And we're going to meet all of you guys one